Come in the building. We got some breaking news. I'm sorry. Mama, please don't you cry. I'm sorry. I just called sometime. I'll be home soon. It won't be long. I promise I will be okay. Just wipe those tears off of your face. I'm sorry. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. Please forgive me. Mama, please don't you cry. I'm sorry. Mama, please don't you cry. I'm sorry. YNW Melly already made this song before he got locked up, admitting that I'm guilty. And with the thousand other songs with him talking about murder on his mind and all this crazy stuff. Salute Miss Red, most hated in the building. Samson, Izzy, Campbell, Daniel, Tracy. Listen, YNW Melly is cooked. This little young dude is cooked. And guess what? I don't feel bad for him at all. It won't be long, I promise. I will be okay. Just wipe those tears off of your face. I'm sorry. Now, your mom is definitely going to have to wipe the tears off her face with this one, sir. With this one, because I'm sorry, ma'am, if YNW Melly's mother is watching, you know that your son is the demon that stole Christmas. Tell the Bible. Do you see all of these Halloween ornaments, ladies and gentlemen? You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the interior decorator. You see my baby right there. Praise the Bible. You know what I'm saying? She done put this thing together. You see the Halloween stuff. Only thing that we don't got a picture of YNW Melly. If we had a picture of YNW Melly, he would be perfect to be right here, because this is what he is. The boy is a damn demon. This is why, and this is where YNW Melly should be at. On Halloween, he should be a damn Halloween ornament, pure survival. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, look, she broke out the Halloween tree and everything. Look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? YNW Melly, we should have a bulletin with him right here. This is where we're gonna put Melly at, right next to the damn Halloween tree. But ladies and gentlemen, this case been going on for almost 8 years. YNW Melly, for the people who don't know, is a young little demonic rapper that would make songs talking about he got murder on his mind. The boy made a song in a music video killing one of his friends in the music video. And then, most seriously, he got locked up for allegedly killing two of his friends. The way that he did in the music video. What a coincidence. And the only boy that was in the car with YNW Melly held out all these years. His name is YNW Bortlen. He just accepted a plea agreement, ladies and gentlemen, for 10 years. Pure Bible. 10 years, 6 years house arrest, and he just escaped from a 2-year life sentence, 2 life sentences. And YNW Melly is looking at the death penalty. So for anybody, if anybody try to tell y'all this boy accepted this deal, but they didn't say, oh, he not gonna tell, it's common damn sense. That's how you don't know. I know you don't know the court system if you make a statement like that. That he just, the same boy that was in the car with him, accept a plea agreement, pretty much saying that I am guilty. I played a part in this murder. What do you think that's going to happen to YNW Melly? Pure survival. He better take a deal right now, Melly. If you watch it, well, you can't watch it, but you bet to tell right now, and just to try to get life, because you're looking at death, sir. The trial, it happened today, ladies and gentlemen.
Henry, I'm going to put you under oath, and I'm going to ask you some questions. If I ask you something you don't understand,
there you go, right there.
You know, I'll try to ask you a better question, okay? As loud as you can so the court reporter can get down all the answers, okay? Raise your right hand.
Raise your right hand,
Nothing
sir.
but the truth. You can put your hand down. Please state your full name. How old are you? How far did you go in school?
26 years old. You hear the judge say, how old are you? 26 years old. They asked him how far did he go in school. So he's 26 years old, looking at a double life sentence, 2 life sentences. What y'all think he was gonna do? You know what I mean? Other people might say, oh, I would have never did that. You would have told too.
You don't understand? Please let me know. I'll try to ask you a better question, okay? As loud as you can so the court reporter can get down all the answers, okay? Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? You can put your hand down. Please state your full name. How old are you? How far did you go in school? Do you read and understand the English language? Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Have you ever been treated for a mental illness? Are they giving you any medication in the jail right now?
You see that? They asked him, have you ever been had mental problems? Are they giving you mental drugs in jail? The judge is making sure that he understands you are accepting this plea agreement, sir. So I'm making sure that you don't have no mental shit going on, pure survival. You're accepting this deal. You're accepting the fact that you're saying that you're guilty. That's what I plead no contest. But you're taking the plea. I'm guilty.
Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Have you ever been treated for a mental illness? Are they giving you any medication in the jail right now? How are you feeling this afternoon? Your head is clear? You understand what's going on this afternoon? You understand you're resolving 2 pending felony cases this afternoon? Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento, have you seen or heard Mr. Henry say or do anything which would call into question in your mind whether you understand what's going on?
Nothing at all.
All right, so Mr. Henry, it's 2 cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state. You were charged as follows: counts 1 and 2 as murder in the first degree with a firearm.
See, and the judge is reading off. He's saying, look, before you took this deal, this is what you were facing. 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Understand what's going on?
Nothing at all.
All right, so Mr. Henry, it's 2 cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state. You were charged as follows: counts 1 and 2 as murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida state prisons. Counts 3 and 4.
Did y'all hear that? Life in Florida State Prison. Smash that like button, everyone. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that he did the right thing by snitching on YNW Melly. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think he did the right thing. Because allegedly, he wasn't the shooter. Allegedly, YNW Melly was. He was just in the car. He dropped the goddamn bodies off. Pure survival. You know what I'm saying? So the boy is saying, I'm not trying to do life. I'm sorry. Melly was mad at his friends. And because one of the boys was going back and forth with his mother. I remember that because his mother was hanging out with them like they were his friends, talking to his friends, allegedly, like Jada Pinkett was messing with Jaden Smith's boyfriend. His mother had that inappropriate relationship with him, Mr. YNW Melly, Mr. Savage. I don't give a shit. I told y'all, I thought the boy was guilty from the beginning. I followed this case for the whole 7 years. I am sorry. There should be a YNW Melly Halloween costume.
Counts 1 and 2 as murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida state prisons. Counts 3 and 4 are accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida state prison.
Wow.
In case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're charged in count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida state prison.
Y'all hear that? He also was being charged with tampering with a witness. Tampering with a witness, trying to get somebody, one of the witnesses, to say that they didn't know nothing about what was going on. So they was charging him with tampering with a witness, which I think that was Melly's girlfriend or one of them that knew something, and he went to go try to silence them. All of these things. This boy, when Melly's trial start, we're gonna see him on Melly's stand. And trust me, the boy is definitely all because of this.
0643 CF10A. You're charged in count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. Count 2, directing the activities of criminal gang. That's a first-degree penalty. Again, punishable up to life in Florida State Prison. Wow. Count 5 is conspiracy to commit tampering. Again, as it relates to a first-degree murder charge, that is punishable by a maximum penalty of life in Florida State Prison. And count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. As charged, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison.
Wow, before you made the deal, your maximum penalty was life. Salute to DMW shots in the building. Pure survival. Shout out to my boy, man. You see what's going on. And I'm being honest, guys, because I don't want young people to crash out. I want them to look and see this so they can really see. Now, this boy was looking at 2 life sentences. He was with the shits, clearly, in the beginning, and now look what happens. He's 26 years old. He not trying to spend the rest of his life in jail. Pure survival. So it makes no sense to even do the crime. You know what I'm saying? Because some people feel like, well, he shouldn't have been down with it. Now he want to tell. Well, most of them, 99, look at Young Thug, Pure Survival. They all seems to be telling when it's time to do the damn time. So you might well just go ahead and put on your Burger King hat or get a job at Amazon. Some shit, or be a content creator. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth the street shit.
Punishable by a maximum penalty of life in Florida State Prison. And count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. As charged, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by life in Florida State Prison, followed by life in Florida State Prison,
damn,
followed by life in Florida State Prison.
Whoa, do you hear that?
That's what he could have been facing?
Sweetheart, that's what he was going to be facing. Did you hear how many life sentences he said? Followed by life, sentence. Followed by life. I can't even, he said life so many times, I can't even keep up with it. Smash that like button, y'all. Listen what this boy could have got if he didn't sing like Chris Brown.
Charged, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by life in Florida State Prison, followed by life in Florida State Prison, followed by life in Florida State Prison,
damn,
followed by life in Florida State Prison, followed by 75 years in Florida State Prison.
Damn!
Sir,
followed by life in Florida State Prison, followed by life in Florida State Prison, followed by life in Florida State Prison, followed by 75 years. You would have to die like 20 times to come back to be free. Pure survival. Smash that like button. I'm telling you right now, I would have told on Melly years ago. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. Pure survival. I would have told on him in 2019. I would have said all them years trying to keep quiet and then snitch all the way in the end. No, I would have told him from the beginning. Pure survival. I'm telling you now. Especially, I'm telling you, man, it feels so good not living to where you got to look behind your back and be on street time, a bunch of snakes. You can't trust nobody on the street, like no motherfucker body. It gets so bad where you won't even be able to trust your damn self. Pure survival. That's how bad it is.
Florida State Prison. And count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. As charged, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison.
Damn.
Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct? And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state The terms
You
of
hear that? He said, in my recollection, you want to resolve this case today. And that's an agreement you made with the state. So he made a deal with the state to tell on Melly, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this means. Everybody smash that like button.
state prison, followed by life in Florida State Prison, followed by 75 years in Florida State Prison. Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct? And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state, the terms of which are as follows. Number one, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null process, that is, drop the 2 first-degree murder cases.
They're going to drop the first degree murders. So he's pleading guilty, but they say plead no contest. This is just to make him look like he's not telling until YNW Melly's trial. This is to make him look like he's not telling. That's when they say, oh, you plead no contest. Gunna did the same thing with Young Thugs, ladies and gentlemen, when he took his plea. Why you think Young Thug is out here? Tomorrow Gunna told on me. He plead no contest. And they'll tell you that. They'll be like, look, just plead no contest. You're not going to have to testify at his trial. And guess what? He's going to have to sit on the stand in front of everybody at Melly's trial. Smash that like button, guys. We got 1,100 people in the building.
One, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null process, that is, drop the 2 first-degree murder cases. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir. What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
Just the tampering and unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7.
Correct.
State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5.
Correct.
As it relates only to Mr. Henry.
Correct.
Okay. So Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication.
These motherfuckers ain't no joke, guys. Smash that like button. And the Florida prison systems is no joke. And I mean, I've seen it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So this boy said, the hell with that. I sat in jail all this time. He's the one that took the boys to the hospital. You got 2 dead bodies of your friends sitting in the back seat, and you drive to the hospital and drop these bodies off, and you are admitting that you dropped these bodies off. YNW Melly said he was never there. We got 1,300 people in the building. Smash that like button. YNW Melly said he was never there. So if this boy is saying, I'm guilty, I was there. Yeah, I dropped the bodies off. Pills of Bible. Yeah, it stunk like a motherfucker in the back seat. So what did that mean? That YNW Melly was there too.
What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
Just the tampering and unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7.
Correct.
State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5.
Correct.
As it relates only to Mr. Henry.
Correct.
Okay. So Mr. Henry, what is it?
Listen, there's 1,700 people in the building. Everybody smash that like button. Pure survival.
Just count 1 and count 7. State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5.
Correct.
As it relates only to Mr. Henry. Okay. So Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation.
Oh, I had it messed up, sweetheart. I told you the wrong thing. Oh my God, look how beautiful that is, guys. Look at this shit. She done, look, we got to get the YNW Melly costumes though, sweetheart. I'm loving the trick.
And the girlfriend?
Yes, Melly should be right there because he is spooky like that. But no, so he got 10 years. He took a 10-year plea agreement and then he got 6 years probation, sweetheart. Not house arrest. I thought it was house arrest.
Also, he's gonna get out then.
He
6 years probation.
he took a 10-year plea agreement. He already got years on it already. So he went so soon as he finished the rest of that 10, he comes home and all he's gonna have is 6 years probation.
Oh.
Just probation, not house arrest. I had that wrong.
So they did give him 16 years in total then.
In total, yes, but
Really
it's
and truly.
and really and truly.
They gave him 16 years, 4 served, 4 served, 6 in
Yes,
prison,
it adds
and
up
then
to that.
6 and yeah.
Absolutely.
After the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. In the unlawful use of a two-way communication device, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum exposure. It's the second as charged, I believe. It's a third, except as just relates to a capital case. I'm happy to look it up. What did you want the negotiated sentence to be for that?
That was just going to be the maximum of the time served.
5 years? Is that what you were going to do?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so sir, as to that count, it's going to be adjudication of 5 years in Florida State Prison. So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with 6 years of reporting probation after the Department of Corrections sentence. I'll give you credit for all the time that you've served in both cases.
You hear that? So he's getting time served, ladies and gentlemen. He already got that much time in. So YNW Bortlen should be home at age 31, 32. He can start his whole life over. YNW Melly, his life is finished. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, he allegedly killed his 2 friends. And I feel like I heard it was over money and some shit that happened with his mother. One of them that was arguing with his mom because she stayed like hanging out with them, little savages. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen.
You want no mama.
She was with the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like button, everybody.
Okay. All right, so sir, as to that count, it's going to be adjudication of 5 years in Florida State Prison. So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with 6 years of reporting probation after the Department of Corrections sentence. I'll give you credit for all the time that you've served in both cases. All of those counts will run concurrently. All those sentences will run concurrently. All counts in all cases, that is at the same time with each other. I'm going to have to impose mandatory court costs. I'm going to order restitution payable to Terry Bagley and payable to Ashley Phillips and reservists to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of that restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back that restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. Sir, lastly,
and to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, about that restitution, after your probation is finished, after your parole is finished, no matter what, you will owe that restitution for the rest of your life. Pure survival. They don't give a damn if you're not on paper or nothing. They want that restitution. We got 1,700 people in the building. Everybody smash that like button. So soon as he get off probation, you ain't getting away. They don't send the restitution to the credit bureau. You got to pay that shit.
Gonna order restitution payable to Terry Bagley and payable to Ashley Phillips and reservists to the amount. I'm gonna give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of that restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back that restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. Sir, lastly, and I want to make it very clear on the record, and it's unrelated to this negotiated change of plea, I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions about whatever that may be.
Whoa! Did y'all hear that? Everybody, sweetheart, did you just hear that? Smash that like button, everybody. Everybody. We got over 1,500 people in the building. Everybody that's watching me right now, smash that like button and pay attention what the judge just said. The judge just said, now, you took this deal, but do you understand that the state want to talk to you about something? They want to make an arrangement with you. And y'all know what that means. I done took my deal already. You said I could plead no contest. So what I gotta talk to the state for? Pure survival. Oh, because the state needs him to testify against YNW Melly. Pure survival. It's 1,800 people watching right now. Y'all gotta smash that like button that's in the building. I want them likes up to 1,000, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think YNW Melly killed his 2 friends. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all don't think that YNW Melly did it. Me, I think he did. And I don't give a damn what anybody else's opinion is. We got 2,000 people watching right now. I think the boy is guilty. You know what I'm saying? And his friend is telling on him. And so what? Look at it. If more people think he's guilty that's in the building right now, then don't.
Payable to Terry Bagley and payable to Ashley Phillips and reservists to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of that restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back that restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. Sir, lastly, and I want to make it very clear on the record, and it's unrelated to this negotiated change of plea, I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you.
Oh, that's what it is. Did you hear what he just said? Mm-hmm. The state want to have a proffer. Now, you remember Keefe D signed the proffer. Mm-hmm. So they might let YNW Bortlen not have to testify. But he got to give the proffer, because the proffer agreement to means like no matter what you did in the murder, we won't charge you with it, but we will charge YNW Melly with it. So
Give us the tea.
Yes, it's a proffer agreement. Give us the tea during survival. Wow. What did you say it was?
Give us the tea. A proffer deal.
Give us the tea.
Snitching deal.
Give us the tea. So the boy got to do what he got to do, y'all. Yo, everybody, continue to smash that like button.
Restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back that restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. Sir, lastly, and I want to make it very clear on the record, and it's unrelated to this negotiated change of plea, I guess at some point after the fact, the state wants to take a proffer from you or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions about whatever that may be. What I want you to understand, sir, is I guess that's part of this negotiated resolution, but
wow. He said, I guess that's a part of this negotiation resolution.
Is he going to get a number 3 on McDonald's menu?
Listen, it's a part of the deal.
They get ready to snitch. That's what I'm saying. Get that number 3 on the McDonald's menu and a Coca-Cola.
You or have a discussion with you, ask you some questions.
Yeah, he won't get that McDonald's.
What I want you to understand, sir, is I guess that's part of this negotiated resolution, but your answers to any of those questions, whatever they might be, have no bearing on me and have no bearing on this negotiated resolution. In other words, the deal you've negotiated is the deal you've negotiated. And that's the ball. Do you understand all that, sir? Have you had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that? They've answered all your questions? You're sure that that's what you want to do? Because I want to emphasize, Mr. Henry.
You sure this is what you want to do? Because if you agree to this snitching application and you don't snitch on that day, you cooked. We taking this deal back. Let's get them likes up to 500. 1,600 in the building.
Bearing on me and have no bearing on this negotiated resolution. In other words, the deal you've negotiated is the deal you've negotiated. And that's the ball. Do you understand all that, sir? Have you had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that? They've answered all your questions? You're sure that that's what you want to do? Because I want to emphasize, Mr. Henry, and I'm going to do this again at the end of my plea colloquy. Whether you resolve the case by way of a negotiated plea or an open plea to me, or you resolve the case by way of a trial, it doesn't matter to me at all. But due to the resources that have been devoted to this case, I have 250 jurors summoned for jury duty starting tomorrow. So I want to be very thorough with you here this afternoon, because if you wake up tomorrow or the next day and you decide you've changed your mind and you want to resolve this case both cases by way of a jury trial. That's not going to happen.
Whoa, did y'all hear that? He said, so if you wake up tomorrow after you ate the McDonald's, you done sat in the interrogation room, you agreed to to snitch, and you try to come back and do this tomorrow, it's over for you, sir. Life in prison, 2 life sentences. So this is, man, listen, it don't pay, guys. It doesn't pay, young people. Pay attention to this. Let's get them likes up to 500.
I want to emphasize, Mr. Henry, and I'm going to do this again at the end of my plea colloquy. Whether you resolve the case by way of a negotiated plea or an open plea to me, or you resolve the case by way of a trial, it doesn't matter to me at all. But due to the resources that have been devoted to this case, I have 250 jurors summoned for jury duty starting tomorrow. So I want to be very thorough with you here this afternoon, because if you wake up tomorrow or the next day and you decide you've changed your mind and you want to resolve this case, both cases, by way of a jury trial, that's not going to happen. If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to accept the deal, you can accept the deal today. But there's not going to be any buyer's remorse.
Dan, that judge ain't no joke. He said, listen, if you want to do a trial, nigga, you want to go all the way, we can go the way tomorrow. If you want to take this deal, you better go take this deal right now.
I want to be very thorough with you here this afternoon, because if you wake up tomorrow or the next day and you decide you've changed your mind and you want to resolve this case, both cases, by way of a jury trial, that's not going to happen. If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to accept the deal, you can accept the deal today. But there's not going to be any buyer's remorse, in other words, because I've given you plenty of time to think about this, talk to your lawyers about it, talk to your family about it. I talked to you about it last week. Kind of looks like your lawyers probably did something or other to get a better disposition for you as of this afternoon, but this is it today. So understanding all that, you've had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that. That's what you want to do. So,
that's it. He said, yes, Your Honor. You had enough time. I told you last week. You talked to your baby mom. You talked to your lawyer. This is it.
If you want to have a trial, the trial starts tomorrow. If you want to accept the deal, you can accept the deal today. But there's not going to be any buyer's remorse, in other words, because I've given you plenty of time to think about this, talk to your lawyers about it, talk to your family about it. I talked to you about it last week. Kind of looks like your lawyers probably did something or other to get a better disposition for you as of this afternoon, but this is it today. So understanding all that, you've had enough time to talk to your lawyers about all that. That's what you want to do. So, sir, has anyone forced you, threatened you, or coerced you into entering these pleas? If I accept your plea, there will not be a trial in either one of these cases. Do you understand? If I accept these pleas, there's a whole bunch of constitutional rights you are giving up. I want to make sure you understand all of those rights.
Damn, he said you giving up all your constitutional rights. So if you ready to sing for us, just know right now. And he's saying he understands what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, come on, continue. Smash that like button.
Has anyone forced you, threatened you, or coerced you into entering these pleas? If I accept your pleas, there will not be a trial in either one of these cases. Do you understand? If I accept these pleas, there's a whole bunch of constitutional rights you are giving up. I want to make sure you understand all of those rights. You have the right to maintain your plea of not guilty and have a trial in each case. You have the right to present defenses, to file motions and other pleadings in support of your defense. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to have the state prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you. You have the right to appeal any decisions that I may have made up to this point, or any rulings I might make in a future trial. But understanding by entering this negotiated resolution today, you are giving up all of those rights. The matter is going to be resolved today, right now, this afternoon. Is that what you want to do?
Wow. Yes, Your Honor. He said the matter will be resolved today. You giving up all these rights. Today, September 9th, 2025. This case has been going on for 7 years. All they needed was to get him to break. So YNW Melly, I'm talking about they're going to send him to the moon like that white boy that was on the bike with E.T. I'm telling y'all.
You have the right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you. You have the right to appeal any decisions that I may have made up to this point, or any rulings I might make in a future trial. But understanding by entering this negotiated resolution today, you are giving up all of those rights. The matter is going to be resolved today, right now, this afternoon. Is that what you want to do? Are you satisfied with your lawyers? Have you had enough time to speak with them? Have they answered all your questions? Are you satisfied with all the work that they have done for you? Sir, I've got 2 identical plea forms here entitled Plea of Guilty or No Contest to Criminal Charges in Circuit Court. Each one has your name on the top, your initials on the left-hand side, front and back, and your signature on the back. Did you go over both of these forms? Any questions about what's on either of these forms? And is that your signature on the back of each form? Sir, there's a few things that I need to tell everyone that I take a plea from. They may or may not apply to you. If you are not a citizen of the United States, these pleas will result in your deportation. Do you understand that? Under the provisions of the Jimmy Rice Act, if the offenses to which you are pleading are sexually violent or sexually motivated offenses, or if you've been previously convicted of such offenses, then these pleas will subject you to an involuntary civil commitment as a sexually violent predator upon completion of your sentences. Do you understand that? If these are drug offenses, the Department of Motor Vehicles will revoke your driver's license for a period of 1 year. Do you understand that? Sir, paragraph 11 of each form that you sign reads as follows. I acknowledge that my attorney and I have reviewed any discovery disclosed by the state. My attorney and I are unaware of any physical evidence for which DNA may exonerate me. In other words, sir, if there's any physical evidence in the case that we could test for DNA, that DNA evidence would not tell me that you were not one of the people in that vehicle when these crimes occurred. But actually the opposite would be true. If there was any such physical evidence that could be tested for DNA, that DNA evidence would tell me that you were one of the 2 people that was inside the vehicle.
You see that? He said the judge said that the DNA would tell me that you were one of the people that was in the car with the 2 boys that was murdered. It was YNW Melly, YNW Bortlen, and the other 2 friends that got killed was the only 4 people in the car. They tried to say that somebody did a drive-by, but the evidence, forensics, proved that the shooting happened inside of the vehicle. Now that this boy is telling the story, oh, it's over.
When these crimes occurred. Sir, do you agree with that statement? State, do you agree with that statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you agree with that statement? Mr. Henry, understanding everything that I have talked to you about up to this point, do you still want to go ahead and resolve both cases today, right now? Defense, is he stipulating to a factual basis for the purpose of each plea in both cases?
Yes.
And if he's entitled to a PSI, defense, are you going to waive that as to each case?
Absolutely.
State, is there anything else that you need me to do before I take this plea? Okay. So, Mr. Henry, again, 2 cases, we're going to do one at a time. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3, accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree, and as to count 4, accessory after the fact as to murder in the first degree. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? In case number 23.
He said guilty, y'all. Said guilty.
And as to count 4, accessory after the fact as to murder in the first degree. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? In case number 23, 10643 CF10A, as to count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and count 7, unlawful use of a 2-way communication device. How are you going to plead, sir? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I will accept your no contest pleas as to each. I'm going to find a factual basis to support each based upon my review of each electronic probable cause affidavit as well as your stipulation in court here today. I'm going to further find that you have freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights, that you have knowingly entered each plea with the advice of competent counsel who you've told me that you are satisfied with, that you understand the nature of the charges and the consequences of...
Everybody, if you think YNW Melly is guilty, smash that like button. If y'all feel like he's guilty, because you can't feel bad, like, oh, his friend gonna tell on him. There was 2 boys that got killed, pure survival, that had parents and people who loved them too. You know what I'm saying? So don't act like, because you got people that's like, oh, free Melly. When this boy is a serial damn killer, pure survival.
Each based upon my review of each electronic probable cause affidavit as well as your stipulation in court here today, I'm going to further find that you have freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights, that you have knowingly entered each plea with the advice of competent counsel who you told me that you are satisfied with, that you understand the nature of the charges and the consequences of the plea. Accordingly, and pursuant to the negotiated agreement, I will sentence you as follows. In case number 19, 1871 CF10A, as to count 3 and count 4, I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs. Pursuant to 943.325, I will need a set of your prints and DNA. Pursuant to 938.27, I will impose a cost of prosecution of $100. Sir, I'm also ordering restitution in that case payable to Terry, Terri Bagley, Bagley, and Ashley, Ashley Phillips, Phillips, and reserving as to the amount. I'm going to give the state 120 days to tell me the amount of the restitution. If they fail to do so within 120 days, there will be no restitution. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys agree on the amount, I will impose that as another condition of your sentence to pay back. If they come back with an amount and the attorneys do not agree on the amount, I will conduct a restitution hearing. That will conclude that. In case number 23-10643 CF10A, as to count 1 and count 7, I will adjudicate you guilty. Count 7 is a sentence of 5 years in Florida State Prison. Count 1 is a sentence of 10 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 6 years of reporting probation. I will impose mandatory court costs in that case as well. I will not impose the cost of prosecution in that case as I just did so in the previous.
See, and listen, I'm going to show you something, right? I followed this case from the beginning. Now, look how, I'm going to show you how YNW Melly used to move. I'm going to show you
YNW Melly, and he's
how YNW Melly act. You don't know how he talk or act, right? I'm going to show you. This before he went to jail. I'm going to show you how Mr. Gangster YNW Melly was saying when this murder first happened, before they locked him up. And people calling him like, yo, are you all right? You know what I mean? We heard what happened. And he like, I don't fuck with you. You don't fuck with me, da-da-da. So imagine how this crazy demon feel about his friend just taking this deal to snitch on him. Smash that like button, guys.
In February 2019, a 19-year-old hip-hop artist, YNW Melly, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Police said he and another Florida rapper, YMW Bortlen, killed 2 of their friends and staged the crime scene to look.
These are the boys, sweetheart. If you didn't know that. These are the 2 boys that got killed. This boy and this boy. These were the 2 friends that was in the back seat that Melly allegedly killed during survival. Wow. This is who the boy just pled guilty to. You know what I'm saying? These boys right here are resting in peace right now, and they probably happy that they finally about to get justice during survival.
Like a drive-by shooting. The 2 murders happened just days after they finished filming a documentary celebrating the success of YNW.
The latest on a South Florida rapper arrested and charged with murder.
His name is YNW Melly, and he's accused of gunning down 2 friends and then trying to cover it up.
In June 2023, Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, went on trial in Florida, pleading.
And do y'all hear that? His real name is Jamel Demons. What a coincidence, pure survival, that his name has demon in it. Jamel Demon. Don't look at y'all and say, oh, Jamel, what about you? We don't got the same name, pure survival. His name is Jamel Demon. What a coincidence. Let's get them likes up to 500.
A documentary celebrating the success of YNW.
The latest on a South Florida rapper arrested and charged with murder.
His name is YNW Melly, and he's accused of gunning down 2 friends and then trying to cover it up.
In June 2023, Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, went on trial in Florida, pleading his innocence on all charges. Today, Melly sits in Broward County Jail at 25 years old, awaiting a retrial that will determine the rest of his life. If convicted of the alleged murder of 2 close friends, he faces either life in prison or the death penalty. Melly was born in May 1999 in South Florida, where he was raised by his single mother.
And there go his mother right there. Look, she was in the video. Right here. This is his mom right here. She was in his music videos. I don't know if she know that her son did it and she still want to keep thinking that the boy is innocent, pure survival. I understand, because most parents will do that. You know what I mean? Especially if your son or your daughter saying, Mom, I didn't do it. Or Dad, I didn't do it. You know what I mean? So I understand that part, but you got to hear some shit about her. You know what I mean?
Murder of 2 close friends, he faces either life in prison or the death penalty. Melly was born in May 1999 in South Florida, where he was raised by his single mother. She gave birth to him at just 14 years old. He never knew his father. Life was tough. Money was always tight.
Now, you see that? You got to understand this right here.
Very young.
His mom, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not down at her for this. She got pregnant somehow at age 14. Pure Bible. Very inappropriate. You know what I mean? So he didn't have his dad. His mom was damn near a kid. Sweetheart, that's why I told you she was hanging with him.
Oh, wow.
Because she young as hell.
Like his little sister.
Listen,
Like his big sister.
his mom is younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
1999
She
in
was a
South
baby.
Florida, where he was raised by his single mother. She gave birth to him at just 14 years old. He never knew his father. Life was tough. Money was always tight. And Melly grew up watching his mother struggle to meet even basic needs. She worked long hours to provide for him as a single mother. In kindergarten, Melly met Christopher Thomas Jr., later known as YNW Juvie. They became best friends and lived in the same neighborhood, so they began spending a lot of time together.
Man, you see this? This is crazy. Look, sweetheart. He knew the boys that he allegedly killed in kindergarten. We went to kindergarten school before, pure Bible. We sharing our lunch boxes and everything. And you gonna take me out like a blind date? Smash that like button, guys. We almost at 500.
Mother. In kindergarten, Melly met Christopher Thomas Jr., later known as YNW Juvie. They became best friends and lived in the same neighborhood, so they began spending a lot of time together. As a young child, Melly's environment had already started to play a big part in the type of lifestyle that would become his reality. He went from playing with toy guns to real ones at just 9 years old. One day after school, he found a .22 revolver under his uncle's couch. Instead of being frightened, he was intrigued. Without hesitation, he took the gun outside and fired it, which left his ears ringing for a week. But it wasn't enough to stop his fascination. Instead, he started carrying the weapon everywhere with him, even to school.
You see that? He was like 11 years old shooting a gun and was infatuated with it. I'm telling you, YNW Melly to me was a little young serial killer. Yeah, savage serial killer. Once you kill more than one motherfucker, to me, you're Jeffrey damn Dahmer. Without cutting the heads off and putting them in the microwave. Let's smash them like
later, when Melly was in the 7th grade, he brought a knife to school and threatened to take his own life. This led to him being detained in a psychiatric hospital for a week because of the Baker Act, also known as the Florida Mental Health Act, which is a law that provides emergency services and temporary detention for people with mental illness who are experiencing a crisis. As Melly grew older, he became more involved with gang activity and started to hang out with the Bloods in his area, searching for a sense of identity and belonging.
And look, and that's when he started being with the gangs and on gang time. Salute to Arch, just hit that super chat, Pure Survival. Arch said, did you see the new wine, Go Glidland, and curious what you think? I ain't get to see it yet. But I'm curious to watch it now. Smash that like button. So YNW Melly was in the gang, and so he thought he was super gangster, and these are the gangster-ass consequences.
But while involved in the chaos of the street, he also discovered his passion for music. He was mesmerized with artists like Chris Brown and Michael Jackson, and began telling people that he wanted to pursue music as a career. In 2014, when Melly was 15 years old, he started recording songs and uploading them to platforms like SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yo, you funny as shit, Arch. Hit that super chat again. Say something more funnier. That was funny. I'm going to heart it. Say something else.
His natural ability to both sing and rap made him stand out, and it wasn't long before he adopted the name YNW Melly.
What does YNW stand for?
Young, New, Waiting. It really stands for Young Nigga World, but kids watching.
His closest friends, including Juvie, Sack Chaser, and Bortlen, followed his lead, and the group came together under the YNW Collective. Even though Melly was focusing more than ever on music, that still didn't keep him out of trouble. Another major incident occurred on October 19, 2015. Melly, who was a 16-year-old freshman at the time, pulled up near his high school and opened fire on 3 people with a semi-
Now you hear that? Listen, this is him.
Oh my goodness.
Sweetheart, that's why I told you. YNW Melly, you hear him? Before he got locked up for allegedly killing his friends, which I think he did it, he pulled up to his school, jumped out, and opened fire.
Oh my goodness.
This is before he got locked up for the murders.
Oh, alopecia.
So you know the boy was shot out.
Major incident occurred.
Oh, you hit that super chat again. Oh, no, that's Teresa Riley. Thank you so much. New to the channel. Hit that like button. Thank you so much, Teresa Riley. Teresa Riley. Thank you.
Followed his lead, and the group came together under the YNW Collective. Even though Melly was focusing more than ever on music, that still didn't keep him out of trouble. Another major incident occurred on October 19, 2015. Melly, who was a 16-year-old freshman at the time, pulled up near his high school and opened fire on 3 people with a semi-automatic weapon.
Wow.
While his motive remains unclear, he was eventually arrested after attempting to ditch the gun. He was charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of discharging a firearm in public. As a result, Melly would spend over a year in jail, giving him time to reflect on his future.
Please forgive me. Now listen, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is one thing that I didn't say this whole entire time. YNW Melly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I'm a fan of his music, the Pure Survival. I used to listen to my YNW Melly. As a matter of fact, I still listen to his music. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he's one of them young people that was super duper talented. He could sing, rap, make good music. I'm not gonna lie. But he was a crash dummy. He threw his whole talent away. Listen to this boy. This is when he was locked up for the shooting. He in the jail, sweetheart. He in a jail cell. Somehow they was recording in the jail. I don't know what jail he was at. They let him do it, right? That song, he made it in the jail cell, and he was beating on the table, making the shit. Shit sounds super fire. That's what I liked in him. My oldest daughter put me on a YNW Melly. Kara. She did it. I should have gone, so who the hell is this boy? She's like, Dad, I think you're going to really like him. I was like, get the hell out of here. I'm not going to like this little motherfucker. Soon as I heard him, I was like, damn. So that's why I also feel bad, because he was super talented. Listen to this boy make his own music in jail before he got locked up again.
As a result, Melly would spend over a year in jail, giving him time to reflect on his future.
Watch this, baby, look.
Mercy, please forgive me. Mama, please don't you cry, I'm sorry. 125 lights, cold shower. 235 days I'm counting. Trying to hold on, but the time goes slowly.
Do you hear the boy's voice? Listen to his voice. He can sing his ass off. Smash that like button. I'm not gonna lie. He a little killer, but he can sing his ass off.
Oh, please don't you cry, I'm sorry. 125 ice cold showers. 225 days I'm counting. Trying to hold on, but the time goes slowly.
And I felt his pain. He says, trying to hold on, but the time goes slowly. Wow. So he understood, and he's singing this from jail. That's real pain he's singing from. And he's singing to his mother. Go ahead.
So is he going to do a remix saying that the time is going slow?
And the time is over. You know what I'm saying? But like, sweetheart, when he's singing saying to his mom in that song, because of course, I'm not going to lie, as young as she was, it's heartbreaking for any parent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he knew he kept fucking up. Yeah. And his mom has been trying to have his back this whole entire time. Like, and I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Because he literally singing to her like, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I keep making these mistakes. I'm sorry, but I'm guilty. That's why I like this song. But it fucked me up that he got out and then did the shit he did. He would be a mega star right now if he didn't make this dumbass decision. Allegedly. Smash that like button, y'all.
1 count of discharging a firearm in public. As a result, Melly would spend over a year in jail, giving him time to reflect on his future.
Mercy, please forgive me. Mama, please don't you cry, I'm sorry. 125 ice cold shower. 225 days I'm counting. Trying to hold on, but the time goes slowly.
During this period, Melly first began speaking of his split personalities. He described himself as having 2 sides. Melly,
that's when
the
he started showing he was crazy
persona, and Melvin, the darker and more reckless side.
Now we know all serial killers they all say that they have two sides. YNW Melly gave himself two different names. Said he's this one person and then he's this other person. The one person that's the one that I like. The creative singer, you know what I mean? Rap artist, musician. But then he has this other Looney Tune adventure motherfucker, and that's the one that I think that took out his friends. That's truthfully.
5 days I'm counting, trying to hold on, but the time goes slowly.
During this period, Melly first began speaking of his split personalities. He described himself as having two sides: Melly, the creative and calmer persona, and Melvin, the darker and more reckless side. It was also during this time that he wrote lyrics for what would become some of his most famous songs, including Murder on My Mind and Blue Balenciagas.
We gon' pull up with those sticks and hop out with them choppers.
In 2017, while still incarcerated, Melly released his first project, Collect Call, which was a group of songs he recorded before he was locked up. The mixtape received some local attention, and it featured rapper Lil B.
Lil B, the bass guy, I was saying this to Tyler, the creator, on set recently, because Tyler had no idea that I was knighted by Lil B, and then he said he could sense my aura, gave off someone who had been knighted by Lil B.
As well as the then unknown fellow Florida singer, Rod Wave.
Now y'all see that Melly was actually, he had so much opportunity. He was working with other bigger artists. Like I said, he would have been huge for music, not huge for being a serial killer. Smash that like button, guys.
Once Melly was released from jail later in 2017, he immediately returned to the studio, recording everything he had written during his time in jail. This included tracks like Murder on My Mind and Catching Feelings, which began to gain some attention online. But in the moment, it seemed like Murder on My Mind was more of a burden than a blessing for the artist.
Wake up in the morning, I got
Murder on my mind. 37, Mac 11, Glocks and 9s. Did you hear that, sweetheart? He said, I got murder on my mind. Wake up with AK-47, Glocks and Max and number 9. And this is the one, he said, I didn't mean to shoot him, but talking about his friend. Made a song, and then that happened in real life? That's crazy.
And a blessing for the artist.
wake up in the
Morning, I got murder on my mind. 47, Mac 11, Glocks and 9s. But the song is hot though.
As a probation violation, causing him to return to jail for another 6 months until
just messed
February
his whole
of
life up.
2018. The song still didn't gain huge popularity online until later in 2018, a full year after it was originally released. During that time, 300 Entertainment signed Melly and had him re-release Murder on My Mind as a single to promote his first project that would be released while signed, which was a mixtape titled YMU. They put out a music video for Murder on My Mind the same day the mixtape dropped, and from there, it went crazy.
I got murder on my mind. I got murder
he was
on
blown
my
up.
mind. Yellow tape around his body. It's a fucking homicide.
A year after
Yellow tape around his body. It's an effing homicide. The song, man, listen. Let's get them likes up to 700 now, y'all.
project that would be released while signed, which was a mixtape titled I Am You. They put out a music video for Murder on My Mind the same day the mixtape dropped, and from there, it went crazy.
I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. Yellow tape around his body. It's a fucking
Homicide.
A year after its initial release, the song would reach number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. Murder on My Mind eventually achieved 6 times platinum status.
6 times
Melly was
platinum.
blown up and thriving in the world of hip-hop,
6 times
but
platinum.
he continued to struggle with the law. And during the summer of 2018, he was arrested in Lee County, Florida, for possession of a weapon by a convicted felon and another count for possession of marijuana.
So you got the number one, you just went triple platinum, and then he still couldn't get murder off his mind. He getting caught with the guns and everything else, and not for safety reasons, in my opinion. No, for gangster reasons. You know what I'm saying? To flash him around in the music videos, and he still had murder on his mind, ladies and gentlemen. And now he has the death penalty on his mind. I'm sorry.
Despite his criminal activity, he always seemed to bounce back out of jail to continue making music and to further his career, and even had a song featuring Kanye West that would later get its own lyrical Lemonade video with Cole Bennett.
I think I got mixed personalities. It's been switched up my whole mentality.
But But then came an incident that would change everything. In the early hours of October 26, 2018, Melly and other members of YNW, including Juvie, Sack Chaser, and Bortlen, left a recording.
And look, sweetheart, here go the footage. This is the footage of the murder. This is YNW Melly right here. They're getting in the car. This is the other one that got killed. You know what I mean? Bortlen is the driver. The one that just testified today, took the plea agreement. He was the driver.
Oh, so where was
Look, it's 4 of them.
Yeah, but
Melly right here.
I know, but was he sitting in the back seat or front seat?
Melly was in the front seat, the passenger side.
Also, both of the savages were in the front seat, and then
Hold on. What part of the seat was Melly in? Because I forget, honestly. Where was Melly seated in the car when his friends got killed? Was it the front seat or back seat? No, Melly was in the back. Okay, he was in the back right side. So he shot
the back passenger.
Yes, because one of them was in the passenger side. Melly, look, everybody's saying he was in the back, behind the driver. Oh, Melly was behind the driver. Shout out to y'all, man. Everybody smash that like button. I'm loving that y'all are participating because y'all helping me out now. So Melly was behind the driver, right? So he had to shoot his friend that was on the right side of him, and then he had to shoot the friend that was in the passenger seat.
Wow, and they were actually driving when it happened, or
Yeah.
they parked?
No, I think they parked.
Oh, wow.
But Bortlen was the one that was driving, the one that testified today.
Yeah.
Because this is the crime scene right here, getting ready to start. It's crazy.
Video in Fort Lauderdale around 3 a.m. Security footage allegedly shows Melly getting into the car with his friends as they left the studio that night. They all got into a Jeep Compass. Bortlen was driving, Sack Chaser was in the passenger seat.
Okay.
Look, they go to set up right there, baby. Look.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Look,
yeah.
Melly right here in the back seat right here.
Okay.
He's the driver.
Okay.
These 2 got killed. He was on this side.
Okay.
He was in the front right
So
there.
he pointed the gun to the right, left to the right, and then to the right, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So front and okay.
And then Melly got out the car and said that he was never there.
Wow.
And the boy that took the plea agreement today dropped them 2 off, the bodies off at the hospital.
Wow.
And then he just said that he was guilty of it today. So he's done.
Why did he agree that was Melly gonna pay him some money or something?
Sweetheart, they thought they was gonna get away with it.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like they look, we got the money, we got the power, we ain't gotta pay them, forget them, whatever the case may be. They were his friends from kindergarten.
Footage allegedly shows Melly getting into the car with his friends as they left the studio that night. They all got into a Jeep Compass. Bortlen was driving, Sack Chaser was in the passenger seat, and both Melly and Juvie were sitting in the back. According to the initial account, another vehicle pulled up alongside them and began shooting at their car. Sack Chaser and Juvie were fatally shot in the head and died before reaching the hospital. It was originally reported that Melly was not in the car during the...
Y'all see that? It was originally reported Melly wasn't in the car. So, sweetheart, they said that they were parked and somebody just drove up and shot the car up.
Oh, wow.
But they found out that the shots was inside the car.
their car. Sack Chaser and Juvie were fatally shot in the head and died before reaching the hospital. It was originally reported that Melly was not in the car during the shooting. The following day, as people grieved, Melly posted a heartfelt tribute to his friends on social media, mourning their loss. However, law enforcement quickly began questioning the story. By February of 2019, police had built a case against Melly and Bortlen. Their investigation...
And you see the crazy thing? He made a post on social media after the killing, like a heartfelt post, when he the one that I believe did it.
But why did it take so
Salute
long?
to Trey Money, just hit that super chat, pure survival. Trey Money said, good riddance, lock that ninja up. That sorry mama song slap. He can write all the bars he want, long as he stay behind them. Oh shit. Salute to Trey Money. Trey Money just dropped some bars right there. Trey Money, you ain't lying. Smash that like button, guys. Let's get 600 likes in the building. Trey Money, I had to agree with you, Trey Money, all the way.
It was originally reported that Melly was not in the car during the shooting. The following day, as people grieved, Melly posted a heartfelt tribute to his friends on social media, mourning their loss. However, law enforcement quickly began questioning the story. By February of 2019, police had built a case against Melly and Bortlen. Their investigation suggested the shooting wasn't a drive-by at all. To start, phone records placed Melly in the car at the time of the shootings.
Did you hear that, sweetheart? They said they know that it wasn't a drive-by. The phone records proved that he was in the car.
Wow.
The phone records. Motherfucker didn't think that they were going to run the phone records. So for him to say he wasn't in the car, if you know you didn't kill your friends, why would you lie and say you wasn't in the car? Parallel Bible. Look at his Joker face, sweetheart. Look at them dark ass eyebrows. Them dark. He got the goddamn. What's the boy name that killed them college students? Brian Kohlberger. He got the
Brian Kohlberger look in the eyes.
He got the Brian Kohlberger eyebrows. The goddamn serial killer.
The eyes too.
This is crazy, guys.
Melly and Bortlen. Their investigation suggested the shooting wasn't a drive-by at all. To start, phone records placed Melly in the car at the time of the shootings, despite his initial claim that he wasn't there. This is a huge red flag that prosecutors have focused on. According to evidence, the group had taken a different route than they had initially claimed. Cell phone records placed them near a waste treatment plant.
You hear that?
There was a map that was presented to the jury and it had areas on there pinned, like the crime scene and the reported shooting. And significantly,
even where they said that they went, sweetheart. Like, you know, when you claim, they got so many things, surveillance camera footage, everything. So we got your phones that you're in the car, and where they said that somebody did a drive-by on them, they're able to prove that they wasn't even there.
Wow.
Where they said they
wasn't there. This is a huge red flag that prosecutors have focused on. According to evidence, the group had taken a different route than they had initially claimed. Cell phone records placed them near a waste treatment plant.
There was a map that was presented to the jury and it had areas on there pinned, like the crime scene and the reported shooting. And significantly, the prosecution has asserted that the cell phone data shows that YNW Melly, or Mr. Devins, was with the victims about 15 minutes before they were taken to the hospital.
The initial story was that another car pulled up and fired at them in a drive-by. However, police found no evidence of another vehicle at the scene or of a drive-by attack.
You see that? No evidence of a drive-by, no evidence of none of that. It was a drive lie. It was a drive lie. Y'all got hit by a drive lie.
Testing a lie.
This is crazy, guys. Wow. Like I said, man, listen. Y'all see my baby, man. Look at this. Like, we got the Halloween spirit, but I'm not gonna lie, her decorating skills, and I'm not just saying this because this is my tenderoni, that this is my heart. I'm keeping it real with y'all. Okay. She really, really is a super great goddamn decorator. Like, yes, super great decorator. You know what I mean? What else is it called again?
What?
It's called something else, not just decorating.
Home material. Now,
remember when you were doing the Christmas stuff?
Arts and crafts?
Arts and crafts. She's also a damn arts and crafts genius. Look at this shit. Like, she really, really, like, you know, I did a little something, you know what I mean? A little sitting around, like, kind of watching the shit. You know what I mean?
Did you help, baby?
Yeah, I helped, but not like you did. You really, really did the damn thing.
But you helped.
We got to get a YNW Melly picture to put up here. I'm telling you, because that's a spooky looking boy, and he is. Oh, look, check it out, y'all. Look.
Oh.
Look at this. Yeah. Yes. I got to give it to her. She got some shit here, too. Hold on. Look. What is this? Yeah. Yeah, man, it's going down, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Shout out to her, though, y'all. Shout out to her. But, smash that like button, guys. Share this video. YNW Melly is guilty in my whole opinion. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that he's guilty. We're going to do this again. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all think that he's not guilty, that he did not kill his friends. I've been thinking this boy was guilty since it happened. Look, ones, all of these ones. And I think the Lord had this boy in jail for 7 years and still hasn't got sentenced or found guilty yet. But the Lord didn't let his ass out because God knows. That's why he got that. The last court hearing, they found him, I think it was like a mistrial. God said, you ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 guys up here from heaven that I know that you sent them here, and you ain't the one that make the, you know what I'm saying? Look, everybody got a 1 in the chat. Everybody.
Instead, ballistic reports revealed that the shots came from inside the car, specifically the back left seat, which is the spot where Melly was seen getting into the car.
And the shots came from where he was sitting in the car, sweetheart.
Prosecutors also point to forensic evidence indicating the victims were shot at close range. They had stippling from gunpowder on their skin, which suggests that the gun was fired from a short distance, consistent with an execution-style shooting, something that doesn't really match up with the claim of a random drive-by. And forensic analysis showed no sign of another vehicle being present at the scene. Furthermore, a shell case matching the murder weapon was found under the seat where Melly had been sitting. Authorities accused Melly and Bortlen of staging the shooting to make it look like a drive-by.
You see that? Staging the shooting to make it look like a drive-by. And now why? I'm telling you, now that Bortlen took that plea agreement, ladies and gentlemen, and then they gave him immunity. So I'm thinking that the immunity is where he's not going to probably have to do it on the stand. Like Keefe D had to tell everything about Tupac's murder. He only locked up because he started going around and talking about it on Vlad and all types of other shit. And that breaks the immunity deal. You know what I'm saying? So YNW Melly is done.
Also claim of an alleged incriminating message from Melly himself. Police say they uncovered a video in which he reportedly says, "There's no regret to the stuff I did, for that person to die." While this video hasn't been made public, authorities claim it's a key piece of evidence. Melly also allegedly made questionable comments in a conversation with his girlfriend, saying, "I did that. Shush."
You heard that? He said to his girlfriend, "I did that. Shush."
That's why they had to pull the girlfriend in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
Yes.
I remember.
It's over.
Been made public, authorities claim it's a key piece of evidence. Melly also allegedly made questionable comments in a conversation with his girlfriend, saying, "I did that. Shush." While this could refer to anything, prosecutors argue it's worth considering in the larger context. When looking at potential motives, one of the strongest that surfaced involves Melly's girlfriend. According to depositions from Melly's girlfriend's mother, YNW Sack Chaser allegedly sent explicit photos to Melly's girlfriend.
There you see that? Look, the girlfriend mother, she's involved too.
Oh, wow.
Woo, the bank card just hit that super chat. He said, if he get on the stand and say he didn't, case closed. He can't do that though. He already just admitted that he was guilty. Now, what you just said, that would apply if he didn't take a plea, a guilty plea. He's admitting that he's guilty. They know Melly was in the car. Melly said he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like you said, if he got on the stand before this deal and said that, now it's too late. You know what I mean? And look, his girlfriend mom, listen what his girlfriend mom said.
Fist involves Melly's girlfriend.
His girlfriend mom said, now this is his girlfriend mom said that his friend, the one that he killed, allegedly, was clapping Melly's girlfriend's cheeks.
Are you serious?
Yes. So, because that's how you put it together. So he was already mad at him because they were supposed to get $150,000. They were supposed to get money. Then he was arguing with his mom about something. Then he was fucking Melly girl. The dark-skinned one. So this is why I'm saying he had a reason in his mind to want to take him out.
Anything,
and the mom just said
it's worth considering in the larger context. When looking at potential motives, one of the strongest that surfaced involves Melly's girlfriend. According to depositions from Melly's girlfriend's mother, YNW Sack Chaser allegedly sent explicit photos to Melly's girlfriend. This claim has added a new layer to the case by suggesting there were personal tensions within the group.
Yeah, okay, so he wasn't clapping her cheeks, but he sent her wiener pics. He was sending pictures and shit to Melly's girl. So you supposed to be my friend, but you sending pictures of your wiener to my woman. You see what I'm saying? So you can get how the anger builded up. Smash that like button, y'all.
Allegedly sent explicit photos to Melly's girlfriend. This claim has added a new layer to the case by suggesting there were personal tensions within the group. With all this evidence, prosecutors are working to piece together their case against Melly, who continues to maintain his innocence. Whether these claims hold up in court remains to be seen, but they're central to the ongoing trial. Melly's defense team is led by a lawyer who famously helped Lil Boosie avoid a death sentence. Throughout the trial, his lawyer has expressed confidence in the case. Some believe Melly will walk free due to a lack of concrete evidence. But sadly, the violence surrounding this case has continued. In 2020, YNW...
See, and the thing about it is, his lawyer was confident in everything. He thought they was going to beat this case only because YNW Bortlen did not take a plea agreement. He did not snitch the first time.
He should have. I would have snitched. I would have been singing like a songbird.
From the beginning, especially...
They talking about life in prison, I would have been singing at the jump. Yeah,
listen.
He sure did do it. He was right here in the car. I would have been told everything.
Right, because look, if me and you friends, right, and then we got two other friends, and I don't know, and we in the car, I'm driving, and you just turn around and then kill both of our friends. Either I was a part of it, but if I wasn't a part of it, and you hauled off and just shot both of the friends without me being like a part of the shit, oh, I'm telling on you, pill of waffle. Only way I'm not if I know that I was a part of the setup. Like, I wanted them dead too. Yeah. So I don't know what part that Bortlen played. Like, I don't know if Bortlen wanted them dead too.
But was he a savage prior to this too, or no?
Man, you know, when them young boys be with the guns and the camera and all that, I look at them at they all savages.
Yeah. And see those laws too. There's laws that if you're, of course, guilty by association, because in Georgia, there was 4 boys, little black young boys in Savannah, Georgia, and they were downtown. One was a driver, 2 was riders, and 1 was a killer or something like that. And all of them got life in prison. Didn't matter if they were just there, they was guilty by association. So people got to talk to their children. I mean, they grown, but, they got to...
Yeah, because once they get to that age where you can't do nothing... You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the fact that his mom was like 14 years old hanging with him, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like, but even like, let's say, me, if I want to tell my son, like, yo, stay away from da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But if he go and want to play some gangster role, I ain't going to be able to do nothing about it. I'm just going to say, hey, okay, you want to learn the hard way, sir? You want to see, so you could be calling me from the jail crying, talking about somebody's trying to make love to you? I'm saying, oh, no, that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to go to jail. You thought that you were a super gangster. Go head on. Because I tried to talk to you about it because I didn't want you to go through it. But some people want to learn the hard way. And some people you can't, you know what I'm saying, get to. He can take a plea and lie. He got immunity, I think. No, he did get immunity. But I don't know how that's going to work. But thank you for that super chat again. But you are right about the immunity thing. He did get immunity, but I don't think that they're going to let him do that. Like, I just think that now that he took that plea, Melly is done.
Yeah, he's done.
It's over.
He's going to get that McDonald's number 5 with the Coke, or maybe the orange high C, and with the barbecue sauce for the fries, and he gonna sing like a song.
Yes, he just sung right there. But I think he got McDonald's on his breath today when he took the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is over, man. But shout out to everybody that was in the building, man. Like, share, and subscribe.